Now, if you're someone that has done any sort of dedicated rehab training for the lower back, or maybe even some core strengthening exercises, then you're probably very familiar with the bird dog exercise. And although this is a fantastic exercise to build strength in the lower back and in the core, you'll be surprised how many people actually perform this exercise incorrectly. So in this video, I wanted to go over specifically the common mistakes that I see people make and make sure by the end of this video that you know how to perform this correctly. So we're going to go over 3 common mistakes that I see people make with this specific exercise and go over some variations and some tips that you can use to help ensure that you are performing this exercise correctly. Now, the first mistake that I see people make with this bird dog exercise is simply moving their legs and their arms too fast. When you start this exercise, we normally see people in this quadruped position, which means that they're on hands and knees. And the first thing they start to do before beginning the exercise is they start moving, and they move way too fast. And the reason why this is a big issue is because you're not really focusing on activating the right musculature for this exercise. If you're just focusing on moving the arms and legs, you're not really engaging the core muscles like you're supposed to and ensuring that you keep good alignment with the lower back and the pelvis. So if you want to perform this correctly, you have to ensure that you're going nice and slow. And what that means is that you are showing great control as you're moving opposite arm and leg so that you're not really moving your body side to side too much with this exercise. So the first tip is going slower with this specific exercise. Now, the second mistake that I see people make is that they move their legs specifically too high on the back end of this movement. And what that causes is some sway in the lower back. So when people are performing this bird dog exercise, you'll commonly see that they kind of treat this like a donkey kick where their leg goes way too high there. And what you'll see if you look at my lower back is that when I kick my leg up towards the ceiling, what that tends to do is create this sway in the back. And really what that's doing is it's shutting off all those core muscles, and you're not really utilizing them effectively for this specific exercise. So one of the tips that I give to my patients is that when you're kicking backwards, instead of thinking about kicking up towards the ceiling, think about kicking with your heel and extending and reaching backwards with that leg. So you're almost focusing on keeping a straight leg. And when you go back, instead of up like we talked about, think about really pushing away with that heel. That heel push is going to really help you emphasize what we call hip extension, where we have the hip locked out, the knee straight, and the heel extending just like that. You're going to notice that you're probably going to feel your lower back muscles and your glute muscles more when you perform that technique there. Now, the third mistake that I see people make with this common exercise is kind of goes along with the last common mistake, and that is when people extend their leg too high. Not only do they sway their back, but they also get some rotation in the pelvis. And let me explain what that means. Is now what they tend to do is they start to rotate their pelvis. And if you notice here, my pelvis is no longer nice and parallel with the ground. Now, when I swing my leg backwards, it kind of rotates outward. So you'll see kind of this sort of fashion when they're kicking their leg outward, they'll kind of kick it and rotate their pelvis outward. Now, as I'm demonstrating these mistakes, you'll see that I'm only using my legs because it's a lot easier to explain. But when you're performing the exercise, normally this is done with the arms as well. And this brings me into my last key point here. If you find that moving your arms and your legs at the same time is just too difficult, maybe on your coordination, your balance, or maybe you can't keep your proper form, that it's going to be imperative that you modify and find a regression for this specific exercise. And the way to do that is by really taking out one piece of the exercise. So you're going to either focus on your legs moving or your arms moving. So what I mean by that is you might start off with this exercise in this position on hands and knees, and you're focusing on keeping a nice flat back, nice and neutral, and all you're doing is reaching those arms one arm at a time. As soon as this movement becomes too easy for you, where you can perform about 10 reps on each side, then we can try working on legs only. And what that means is now I'm kicking with the heel and I'm alternating one leg at a time, really focusing on all the tips and tricks that we taught you in this video. Now, if you can do your arms moving with great form, and then you can incorporate your legs moving only with great form, that's when you know you're ready to start putting it all together and focusing on both arms and legs, ensuring that you pay close attention to all the mistakes that we went over in this video. Now, if you are making any of these mistakes, or maybe there's something else that you feel you're doing incorrectly, please make sure to comment below on which one of these mistakes that you're making now, and hopefully this video has gave you some insight so that you can perfect this specific exercise. Thanks for watching today, and if you want to find more videos on how to build strength longevity with your body, or find more videos on how to improve your technique with specific exercise, make sure to subscribe below, and I'll see you in the next one.